Welcome to this explainer. I am stepping right into the role of your personal public advocate today, and we are going to demystify the completely overwhelming process of filing a government complaint. You know, when bureaucracy feels like a giant maze, having a clear, structured guide is basically your best defense. Whether you're dealing with a lost package, a super frustrating agency interaction, or something far more serious within the federal prison system, getting your voice heard always starts with knowing exactly which doors to knock on. So today we're opening the ultimate playbook, and we pulled this directly from the primary source itself, the USA.gov portal. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is the exact roadmap of how we'll tackle the portal together today. First, verifying official sites. Second, routing your complaint. Third, navigating agency websites. Fourth, reporting federal prison issues. And finally, your direct support lifelines.
Section 1. Verifying official government sites.
Now, before you type a single keystroke of personal information, a good advocate always ensures their client is in a safe, secure environment. Honestly, it is surprisingly easy to stumble onto a third-party site that looks official but is actually just designed to harvest your data. So look immediately at your browser's address bar. An official U.S. government website will always, without exception, use a .gov domain. You also absolutely want to look for that locked padlock icon or the HTTPS at the very beginning of the web address. That S stands for secure. If you are on a site claiming to be a government agency and it ends in .com or .org, or if that little padlock is missing, you are not in the right place. Back out.
And that brings us to this crucial warning taken straight from the source. Share sensitive information only on official, secure websites. Think about it. When you file a complaint, you're giving up your name, your address, contact info, and sometimes really highly sensitive details about your life or your finances. If you don't see those secure indicators we just talked about, stop. Do not pass go. Protecting yourself from scams and identity theft is literally step 0 of any advocacy work.
Moving on to Section 2. Routing your specific complaint.
Once you are securely on USA.gov, it helps to think of it like the grand lobby of the federal government. But you can't just shout your complaint into the void, right? You need the right door. And this brilliantly illustrates how the complaint categories are logically broken down. Say you're reporting a mail fraud issue. Bam! You have a dedicated section for the U.S. Postal Service. There are specific channels for consumer products, banking, housing, and even travel complaints. By categorizing these so clearly, the portal ensures you have a designated place for your specific grievance. You really don't have to guess which alphabet agency handles a credit dispute. The website just routes you there directly.
All right, Section 3. Navigating agency complaint websites.
Sometimes your grievance is against the government itself. And yeah, that can be incredibly intimidating because you're essentially asking the government to hold itself accountable. But there is a really clear path here. Step 1, start at the Complaints Against the Government landing page. Step 2, select File a Complaint Against the Federal or State Government Agency. That points you to the exact jurisdiction you need. But here is the best part, an incredibly empowering insider tip right from Step 3. If an agency ignores you, enlist your elected officials. Seriously, senators and representatives have dedicated constituent services staff whose absolute only job is to cut through federal red tape on your behalf. You absolutely do not have to fight the agency alone.
Section 4. Reporting federal prison issues.
I want to shift our tone just a little bit here because this is an exceptionally high-stakes area. If you or a loved one are facing unacceptable conditions behind bars, how do you actually report prison abuse or policy issues? Because inmates are essentially out of the public eye, you need a highly documented channel with real oversight, not just some letter that gets lost in a facility's mailroom. Knowing exactly how to navigate this specific system is absolutely critical to ensuring basic human rights and accountability.
Now, what's really interesting about this is that the scope of what you can actually report is surprisingly broad. You aren't just limited to complaining about the physical conditions at a specific state or federal facility. The portal provides mechanisms to challenge systemic issues. You can file a complaint regarding an overarching prison policy, a specific procedure, or, and this is so critical, the abuse of someone in prison. Choosing the exact right classification here is key. It ensures your grievance bypasses the local level and reaches actual investigators or oversight boards who are fully equipped to handle that specific type of complaint.
Finally, Section 5, your direct support lifelines.
So the crucial point here is that sometimes clicking through menus just isn't enough. If your situation is incredibly unique, or if you just can't figure out if your complaint is a state or federal issue, or honestly, if you just need a real human being to help you find the starting line, you are not reliant on the digital interface alone. Call the USA Gov Contact Center at 1-844-872 4681. Seriously, save this in your phone right now. This is your ultimate direct lifeline to a professional guide whose entire job is to direct your sensitive report to the exact right place.
So, look at what we've covered. We've verified our secure sites, we've routed our complaints, navigated those tricky agencies, tackled the realities of prison reporting, and secured our direct lifelines. The system is vast, for sure, but it's structured, and it really is built to take your feedback. Now that you have the Advocate's Playbook in hand, and you actually understand the mechanisms at your disposal, I'm going to leave you with this. What will your very first step be towards getting your voice heard? The tools are right there, waiting for you. Go use them.